Okay, this is attempt number 2 to have a little look at the Mondo T's Gordon Freeman Half-Life 2 figure. This is the Mondo exclusive. So I did an initial box opening. You just see here that's the Mondo exclusive. I did it kind of a bit more handheld and just opening everything up one-handed. I just wanted to get a bit of a better filming. So we'll start off by looking at the box. I quite like the box. It's quite a nice design. I don't know. Initially, I thought it would have been nice to see some more graphics on it, but they've gone for a sort of graphic design feel to the box. So we've got the Combine City 17 here. You can see City 17, Mondo exclusive there. Okay, designs echoed around the side. Information about the suit there. So welcome to the HEV Mark V protective systems. That's what you get when you put the suit on initially. Certainly in the original Half-Life, goes through that. I don't know if you can see that. I'm using my works phone because the camera on my phone, which is superior, I dropped it and it's cracked, so it's buggered. So Gordon Freeman, yeah, one Half-Life there, 1/6 scale, the Half-Life symbol, that's nice. And once again, we've got Black Mesa, the Half-Life symbol, and then the Combine symbol is there. And then it just says it's Gordon Freeman there. You can see 1/6 scale figure. It is you can see the magnets probably there. It is a gatefold box that opens up. Ooh. I've taken the packaging out, so there's some more information there. Not really much there. It just says about the suit again. And there's a little the Black Mesa symbol, and then the symbols will come up when you're hit, either struggling with oxygen, fire, radiation, or been poisoned. So yeah, that's all quite good. It's all quite nice. So I'll just take that off. I shall just skip to the inside because I thought that was quite nice. So inside of the box, once again, Combine symbol. Mentioning the 7-hour war. I take it that's when the Combine went out. It's been ages since I played the game, so I can't remember. This is the speech that's constantly playing in the background that the doctor is saying, the traitorous doctor that's joined with the Combine. So that's quite good. Right, first thing I don't like about this figure. Don't know whether you can see these holes here, but these were on the back, and the figure was tied with this bloody shit. So excuse my language, but this was the first thing. It made me feel like I was buying a toy. Wasn't necessary at all. Let me get the clamshell. So you can see double clamshell here. I don't know whether you can see the holes there. Can you? Yep. There's 2 holes there, and 2 holes there, and some holes here as well. And these were holding the top of the clamshell. Didn't need it at all. Didn't need it at all. Made it feel very much like a toy, which disappointed me. The figure was stuck down. I don't know whether you can see this, but this is tacky. It's tacky on. So the stand sits under there. The figure's there. That's a gravity gun, ferropod, grenades, crowbar, shotgun, glasses. These are various fists, and that's where the head crab, the Mars. Didn't need the figure held in. Didn't need the didn't need any of the ties in there at all. So let's just move these up here. Okay, so let's move on to the accessories. So you get an additional 4 pairs of hands, as well as the ones on the figure. So I don't know if you can see that there, but you've got closed fist. You've got, I guess I would describe these as the crowbar grip. You can't put the gun in there, but that's obviously the crowbar grip. You've got a shooting hand. That's definitely a shooting hand, and that's you got those either side. And then you've got a more perhaps relaxed shooting hand. I was wondering what that is, that bottom figure there. I don't know if you can see the bottom fingers are curled in. That, I think, fits the handle of the gravity gun perfectly. So I think they're the gravity gun holding hands. And then on the figure, you'll see in a moment when I get the figure across, you've got relaxed hands. So yeah, that's quite decent. I mean, reasonable paint job. I can just get the light down a bit more. I've got the sun's in the wrong place, so I've got the light. So fairly nice. It's okay, haven't got a problem with those. So right, pistol, 9mm pistol. Yeah, that's cool. Ooh, that's all well and good. Pretty basic, black plastic with a silver painted slide. The magazine comes out. Let's see if I can do this one. You can just see there, magazine comes out. Second quibble. Right, the magazine comes out. Attention to detail. I don't know if you can see there. Ooh, let me do it. I'm doing this one-handed. Right, get on there. There is a bullet on the top there, and it's just left black painted. A bit disappointing. It's nice that the magazine comes out. You can have him reloading. I always think that's a bit of a nice touch. I like these little touches. A bit disappointing. 3 grenades. Let me see. Let's come back wider. 3 grenades there. Once again, painting is quite about what you'd expect. Bit of weathering on the top, dry, just basically dry brushing. Yeah, they're quite nice. They're all right. No movement on there. Ferropod for the sand spiders or whatever they are. Sand, yeah, quite nice. Quite a nice little detail there. That's perfectly reasonable paint. Now, shotgun. Second quibble. Shotgun. I don't understand the painting of this. I don't know if you can make out. It's basically just black plastic, very heavily and overly dry brushed. Now, I live in the UK, so I've never held a shotgun. That's a lie. I've done clay pigeon shooting, but I've never held a double barrel shotgun. But I'm pretty sure that this should just be black. I've got the Hot Toys Neo figure, and most of the guns are just black with some light weathering on. And this looks particularly overly dry brushed to me. And you can see that bit there. That's very heavily, you can see the brush stroke there. Not a big fan of the paint job on that. This is cool though. That moves back and it's sprung. So that's quite nice. I don't know what you do with a figure, with that on the figure, but that's quite nice. And then the important bits. So the crowbar. Once again, dry brushed. I don't mind the crowbar. I was trying to see, don't know whether you can see there. Come on, you. It's not going to focus in, is it? Don't know if it's coming up. Oh, this phone is so rubbish. Okay, I'll just effectively put it out of focus. Disappointing thing about this is it's dry brushed. Yeah, it's fine, but it's got a mold line down it, and the dry brush, it's not going to do it, is it? It's not going to focus on it. Okay, I'll give it the mold. Okay, you can actually see the mold line due to the dry brushing. But yeah, iconic. That's the weapon he's going to have. The other weapon I'd probably put him with is this gravity gun. I quite like it. Once again, dry brushing, heavily dry brushed. It's got nice battery compartment there, as you can see. There is a little button here. Now, when you put this in his hand, that's actually where his finger would be, so that's quite nice. But that turns the light on. I don't know if you can see, not particularly bright. but you know, it lights up, and it actually comes with batteries, which is more than the Big Daddy figure did by 3A, I think it was. So that's good. Would have been nice if these had been articulated like they are in the game, but looking at them, that would probably be quite difficult. They're quite fragile. So that's there. And then the exclusive comes with Lamar, the head crab. So let's get you focused in there. Reasonable paint job, as you can see, hopefully. And nothing special, but it's quite nice. Won't fit on Gordon's head. Not that I was going to do that. Not much detailing there. There's detail in the figure, but not much detail in the paint job. I don't know whether I'll be able to show you. Yeah, it is there. But mine came with a paint scratch there. And where I've put him on my desk, there's already a paint scratch there. I can live with that. I can touch it up, but it was annoying. What I do like, what I didn't realise to begin with, because they're very stiff, which is good, is articulation. So the front arms move, and the legs at the back move. You can move them more than this. That's on like a ball joint. I don't know if you can see that there. So yeah, quite nice. And that's really what I wanted. So yeah, that's good. So let's get on to Gordon himself. There we go. So here is Mr. Freeman. So first off, first impressions, it is definitely, I'm not going to the head sculpt yet, it is definitely the Hev suit. So I've got him on the stand he comes with. Definitely the hazardous environment suit that we know and love. That's cool. There's Mr. Freeman. Paint job. It's okay. There is some slight weathering. I don't know if you can see there. Some slight weathering on it. I collect mainly Hot Toys, but I have got some third-party figures. And I've got to say, this is probably, I mean, I've got the QMX Dread Pirate Wesley. The detail on that was superb. First things first, right. These bits are like a soft plastic rubber. Bit like the panties on the earlier Iron Man figures. Like the Mark, is it 4? Or 6? The pink panties. That's okay. This bit here is meant to tie in with this. That's like a brown fabric. Don't know if you can zoom in there. So overall, when you're looking at it, it ties in. But when you get up close, you can see that this is silver, this is brown. It's quite a nice fabric. It came tied across the knees here and across the shoulders here with those horrible white zip ties. When I got it done, it was actually marked, and it took a long while for those marks to come out. Once again, they were totally unnecessary. So, right, a second bugbear on this is this head sculpt. So here he is in all his glory. What can I say about that paint job? Well, I'm not going to say anything. Bear in mind they've improved. I am just going to, he looks better with his glasses on. So glasses, they come off. They're quite nice. Plastic though, very fragile, feel like they break. Once again, I'm going to put up here, this is the Hot Toys Mark 7 Tony Stark head sculpt. I mean, look at the difference. Just look at the difference. Let's turn this around. Just look at the skin quality. You know, if we go here, I'm just positioning so I can focus in. I mean, the eyes, let's go under the light here. Oh, come on. I can't do this one-handed. How do you guys do this? Look at the eyes there. Details. Look at the eyes. Just one shade of blue outlined in black with a little bit of white, lighter blue highlight and a black dot. I mean, it just... I feel like I've bought a 12-inch Kenner figure. Perhaps maybe a bit like the earlier Sideshow. And also, I don't know whether you can see on the top of his head there, but just there, paint rub. Now this bad boy was stapled into this damn box, and there's a tiny bit of paint rub there as well. And he did have something over his head, and yet it's still rubbed. So these bits here are just plastic. So yeah, really disappointing. I'm going to have to do something about that. Either get a third-party head sculpt or see whether I can just get somebody who's much more talented than me. I used to paint sit-down miniatures, but I can't produce anything like that. To paint that, I do know some people. Right, articulation. Right, that is as close as his arms get to the body. Once again, it's not actually, it's actually the chest armor. I don't know if you can see. So that's part of the figure. So I'll do this one-handed. That's about as high up as his arms will go. There. I do believe that they will... Oh, almost lost him. Oh, doing this one-handed is not easy. I do believe you can also lift them up. This is meant to be the more professional video. I do believe you can also lift them up. I haven't done it. Let's see if I can lift them up. There we go. All right. That's right. You can get them up there as well. So nice and stiff. Body's nice and stiff. These bits are just sat on. They just move. I should imagine if you took the hand off, you could slide all this off. Head. You turn. You can get him looking down. That's about as much as he's moved up. A lot of prospect for paint rub there. So, I mean, how much you need Gordon to move, I don't know. Waist is some bend in the waist. But once again, this armour and these rubber bits here are just in the way. Also, look at that bend under there. So as you bend him forward, that's going to pop out. And also the other thing that annoys me on this brand new figure, you can see there's some paint dripping. I'm not sure whether that's a hair or whatever, but that shouldn't be there. So I'm going to have to see if I can get that off. Another thing about the paint, I don't know if you can see that there. Very flat paintwork. Very flat paintwork. No depth to that at all, really. It's a little bit shading there, but no real depth. I mean, look at this. Look, if you see that, look, you can see that's got bits missing. Look at the painting on that there. That's supposed to be silver. Look. So once again, that leaves it feeling like a toy. And I do not like the ball joints on the ankles. They are very visible. Very visible. But I can live with that. I can live with that once again. Legs. That's about as far as you'll kick forward. Oh, come on. It's about as far as he'll wind up. Leg will go to the side. Got quite a nice bend. So you could have him punting Lamar, the head crab. So not an unusual amount of articulation. Similar to some of the Iron Man figures. As Hot Toys have made more and more of those, they've got better and better. You normally get flaps that move here. So articulation is about what I expect. Ankle will go down. So, and ankle will come up like that. So, reasonable rotation. I can live with that because I think if you actually look at the mechanics of the suit, that's probably in real life how much you'd be able to move versus, you know, what you do in the game or what you might see in the comic with a lot of these suits and in films, etc. What you could do in real life is good. So overall, pretty good. I mean, I'm probably going to have him walking with a head crab and a crowbar anyway, so I'm happy with that. Comes with the stands. A lot of these figures don't, so that was quite nice. Just a plain black stand. That's on an angle. You can see that's kind of like a diagonal. It's quite a nice tight fit. Standard crotch grabber. Has the Mondo emblem on the bottom, same as on the box. That's quite funky, that's quite cool, but you turn it over and you've just got a very strangely shaped stand, not saying anything. There's nothing on here. There's no like street graphics or anything. Doesn't say Half-Life. There's no Half-Life emblem or anything. Half-Life 2, Gordon Freeman. I don't see the point of this. So, yeah. It's a bit of a strange one. I won't be using this stand. I like to use quite small bases that come up in the Y underneath the groin. They don't take up. I haven't got much room in my shelf. So, but yeah, he comes to the stand and he sits on it. So that's nice. Let's put his glasses on. God, doing this one-handed is a real skill. I need a stand for the video. God, right. So, I mean, overall impressions. I'd seen the Skeletor and He-Man figures with Mondo, and I've been fairly impressed. I was tempted to pick those up, but I was fairly impressed. I didn't like the knee joints. I'd like the flap of skin that went round the knees. It just looked weird. Even when the legs were straight. So I think that's what really put me off them. Now, is it worth what I paid? I'm in the UK. This is the Mondo exclusive. Same price as the standard figure, I believe, but you could only get it directly from Mondo in the United States. This cost me £200 plus £40.91 or something tax. So this is basically a £240 figure. Comparing that I am paying that, I normally get my figures in the UK from Lee Ward at The Good, the Bad and the Robots. So what I pay is what I pay. You know, I've got Spider-Man figures coming from him for about 225 quid, 215 quid that are far superior in detail to this. So I can't help but feel that this is about £135, £150 figure. So I can't help but feel I've paid about 90 quid over the top for this. Am I disappointed? I am disappointed, but I'm just very happy that I've got a Gordon Freeman figure in my collection. He does actually have quite good shelf presence. He's going to need some work, but overall I'll do some tweaks that I can do myself, and I shall probably get someone to repaint the head sculpt for me, and I think it will be quite a good figure. So you don't get to see Gordon in the films and the films in the games, so there's only some stills. I don't know whether they got Valve to give them details in the suit, etc. But yeah, it feels like I've got a Half-Life 2 figure. And I've got to love the head crab. I'll be interested to see whether they do any more. Is it worth picking up? If you're a fan, then yes. If it's something that you're vaguely interested in, I'd probably suggest you see whether you can pick him up secondhand. But I certainly feel I've paid over the odds for him, but glad I've got a Half-Life figure. So there you go. That's a bit of a more constructive and hopefully slightly better filmed video. I'll have to watch it back than my original initial sort of unboxing and first thoughts. Let me know what you think, and yeah, happy collecting, guys.